Oh man, I mean, I'm not there, but I'm getting there. Um, got a lot of fresh air today for a couple mile walk along the river, and you know, when you fall under the weather because of government chemtrails, um, it hits you like a brick. I can't stress it enough. Um, all the regular people that I know in this area that I see, maybe a weekly or whatever basis, but it's just like from a distance. Hello, all of them. But this week when I saw them at the same time this week, early last week, had all at the same time. How? Different areas, different people, different lifestyles. Like Geo's 451. I'm not. Is what it is. Um, everyone, same ear, nose, and throat, sinus, all at the same time. Impossible. Unless we're all getting sprayed by chemtrails. That's a real thing. It's a real thing. It's just kind of like people got the Febreze. It's just Febreze. You know, what if really chemtrails is Febreze because there's so much stinky chocha, and they're like, we got to spray Febreze over this area. It's really getting bad. It's really getting bad. Send the Febreze chemtrail. So like, what if that's the real conspiracy? That they don't, the real conspiracy they have to say they're not doing it because if they told the reason why they're spraying the chemtrails, um, is because of stinky chocha. And they're like, look, well, but at the same time, we can't embarrass all these people with stinky chochas. And the side effects, though, causes some ear, nose, and throat, problems, though. But what do you say? Let's go, baby. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's happening in this picture, but they put this kind of shit on TikTok. And so, whatever. I'm smoking a nice medium tier cigar, the Fuente, sun grown, the Magnum. This is looks like around Toro, six and change by maybe, I don't know, 52, 54, whatever the hell it is. I've left it out since yesterday. I can't get the band to completely move. It's a little, but I still think it's a little wet. But I'm so glad I took it out of the cellophane yesterday and let it just, because some of these regular cigars that sit around these shops, they could have been there for years. Let it shit air out. Yeah. Yeah, everything's real in this photo. Everything's real. Yeah, yeah. Know what it is? It's real. It's real fucking trouble. This is the kind of girl that will give you the night of your life. And fucking, oh my God, this girl, I already can picture your voice. Oh my God, you're so my, and then fucking like, she's just nightmares. Like, you know what I'm saying? Though, like, kind of girl, yeah, you'd like to have some fun with. But imagine this girl as your enemy. If she's that hot to you, she's going to be that hot to the police officer she lies about, to the DA she lies to your, to filing a false restraining order of protection. Remember, guys, the hotter the chick, the hot, especially in this country, you know what I'm saying? No, hot white chicks can get away with anything. When I say anything, pretty much anything. I could show you the world. Yeah, I can't stress that enough. I can't stress that enough. So watch out. Watch out. Yeah, it is what it is. It's real. It's real. Yeah, it's all real. Yeah. See a little bit of natural sweetness. Oh, oh, look at PG with the balls. All right, all right. Yeah, yeah, she'll be okay in a great flood. I got a strange feeling though, Uncle Larry, though. She would make friends really fast. My goodness. I mean, guys, I can't stress it enough, guys. You know what that is right there? That's 18 years of child support. One night, oof. One night, 18 years. The 1 to 18 ratio. 1 to 18 ratio. Yeah, I can't stress it enough. One night, 18 years. Ooh, it might be worth it. No, it's not. No, it's not. Soft, gentle heat is the way. Soft, gentle heat is the way. Susquehanna. The Susquehanna. Now, I gotta admit, guys, I do have a problem with this cigar. Earlier in the day, when it was in a big plastic bag, though, and I was bringing it to the car, but I was in my living room, and I did drop the bag. It wasn't a violent drop, and it was from like waist high, and I tried to catch it with my foot. But the bottom line is, though, if I have some wrapper cracking, it's not going to be the cigar's fault. I did drop the cigar. I'm always honest. If I drop the cigar before I smoke it, I will always tell you the truth. Look, I'm pulling a PG. Hey, look at you. Ah, how's your balls? Look at you, man. You're a made man now. You talk shit to Richie last time, and now you're here fucking made guy. You're fucking capo. That is what it is. I guess the carpet should match the drapes. David off Nicaragua. 10th anniversary. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, here's the thing, man. It's gonna be all about you tonight, man, because I've already reviewed this cigar in different sizes, so I'm not even talking about the cigar. So I guess we could talk about Chocha and what you're experiencing in that cigar. Now, so, yeah, but here's the problem, bro. So I've been sick for what, like 4 days, 5 days now, and I feel better, like on the tail end of it. And I had a cigar yesterday, right? And I tasted normal, and I feel better today than yesterday. But I know the cigar doesn't taste like it should taste, and it's not the
Uh-oh.
cigar's fault. Yeah, man. So my taste is off. Like I know when the smell of the smoke offends me, that's when like you know what I'm saying though? Like my palate's blown out right now. No, I'm gonna smoke it, but I'm just saying like I'm aware of this. You know what I'm saying though? So
Hmm.
um whatever cold I caught, cold and flu, which could take a week, some people 2 weeks to get through. Um, it is what it is. I still feel like some sinus pressure. Um, it's funny how like you get sinus pressure when a cold and flu, but why don't we get like a chocha or like pressure in our balls?
I mean, like a sinus infection causing sinus pressure, something that affects the sinuses.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be better to get some ball pressure?
I think if you got a ball disease, you'd have ball pressure. If you're looking for ball pressure,
Yeah, but why does the pressure of the balls got to be so serious? Because when you catch a cold, unless if you're 80 years old, you're like, all right, a couple days you'll be all right. So how come they just can't be like a temporary 3 day thing? Like, oh yeah, my balls, they caught a fever. Give it a couple of days. Take a hot bath.
Uh, I don't think balls have had the same opportunity to
Look,
iterate
I don't give a
on.
fuck what you're saying right now. What I'm trying to say is, how come we can't do that as a society?
Well,
You
it's
know what
not
I'm
a
saying, though?
society. It's nature, bro. That's the rules
Like
of
you could
nature.
be in court, and as an defendant, they're like, you're not answering the question. You okay, sir? He's like, can I get some water? I'm a little warm. I gotta dip my balls. Oh, no problem. Get this guy a bowl of water. You sit there, just you know, you dip your balls, you cool off. You know what I'm saying, though?
I don't think that's how nature works, man.
I think,
I
I
think.
think, I think
Uh,
as men, we neglect our shit. You know what I'm saying, though? We neglect it. We're neglected.
do
We're
we? What do
neglected.
we neglect?
We get neglected. We get
All you
neglected.
do is talk about your chocho, dude.
This is an imaginary place. I'm not gonna do that in society because we don't have the same rights as women. You know what I'm saying, though?
I think we do have the same rights as women, but
False.
okay.
False.
You know what's messed up, dude? I want to do my slow lighting technique. That was the whole fucking point of the bit, but it's too windy. So now I just have to torch it. Tragic.
I was trying to just kill time, bro. So I don't know if you understand, Richie. You're too zoomed in. I see,
Yeah.
Richie. I could talk about anything, even if I don't believe in it. Even if I don't believe in it, I'll
Yeah.
talk about it even more and defend it
Really?
like I believe in it because
You
I
could
don't
you
believe
could
in
talk you could talk about anything and talk about it. Okay. Do this one. Explain to me why the Tabernacle is better than League of Nine.
it. It's not.
Yeah,
It's not. No, no.
but
It's
you
better.
say you can't
It's better.
argue that?
No, no, no. I told you no because it's not. It's a lie. But if you want what is better about it, it's cheaper.
Uh-huh.
It's available. It probably is more available as far as it's not going to sell out as fast. Um, it's stronger. So if you want strictly based on strength and darkness, it has that going for it. Cheaper,
Mhm.
stronger, darker. Most guys, it's what they want. As far as cigar trends, things will trend in different areas, right? We've been seeing of lately, I'd say the past year or two, some real trends of like crazy shit. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be a massive trend, but like, well, let's make some cigars with tobacco from Spain, and now they're making stuff from France. And that's in the general. But then, and then other stuff. Oh, we're gonna have stuff from tobacco from Africa, and then now we're seeing, Maduro, dark. What was it? Cameroon from where was
Oh
it?
yeah, Nicaraguan, Cameroon,
That's what
Maduro,
I'm saying, though.
Cameroon.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's we're starting to creep as a society in cigars. I'm not saying it's full swing yet, but I'm saying there's always some signs. It's almost like feelers. You know what I'm saying, though? It's almost like if your wife was like, "Hey, let's do something different tonight," like she's feeling out. Now, of course, if you stonewall it, that's the end of it. But if she starts like putting her thumb up your ass, then before you know it, you're into some kinky shit. So what I'm trying to say is
Yeah, what are we talking about?
what I'm trying to say is they're making some kinky cigars. Nicaraguan, Cameroon, Maduro fucking rappers. What the fuck is that? Fucking almost an African Puro cigar from CAO. Fucking French tobacco, the General. Fucking Spanish tobacco with General. What the fuck is going on? I think because, you know, there's cycles of cigars. When I started cigars 20 years ago, it wasn't like now, or even like 5 years ago. About 10 years ago, Nicaraguan shit went crazy. Throw AJ's name or Nicaragua, anything. Look what you're smoking. 20 years ago, there was no fucking David off Nicaragua. There was no Nicaraguan
Yeah.
David off fucking period. And then they started making black band with darker, strong tobacco. Why?
Hmm.
Because the fucking trend. What? Because they're going to catch in on the money. And I don't blame them. You know what
Well,
I'm
you know
saying?
what's pretty cool? The Millennium was a stronger blend. I haven't smoked it, but the Millennium was an early stronger blend, but still white band. So you're right. They did do this whole black band series, which is distinct even from their stronger white band stuff.
So, in a way, even though Davidoff doesn't have Davidoff by AJ, but they do. They have Davidoff's affected by AJ and they're black band. So
Right.
all Davidoff black bands is because of AJ. I'll make
Yeah.
that fucking statement. AJ's shit and Nicaraguan fucking craze. everything Nicaragua. If it's said by AJ, it's stronger, darker Nicaragua. It's got to be better.
Yeah.
And there you go. And so Black Band Davidoff, like they had to cash in on it. The reverse didn't happen. Look, Padron made a white label. Yeah, Damaso. Nobody gave a fuck. It's still being made, but still nobody gives a. Nobody goes, you know what? I want Nicaraguan brands to make, Ecuadorian, Connecticut shade, well, they didn't even use Dominican tobacco, I don't think. But you get what I'm trying to say, though. The reversal didn't happen. You know what I'm saying, though? Although I think
Well,
it'd
it
be
hasn't.
pretty cool. What if Padron made a fucking Dominican
Hmm,
Nicaraguan hybrid? I think that'd be pretty cool.
it just hasn't happened yet. But the trends could reverse, turn around, stuff like that.
Well, there's trends as a whole as a cigar community, and then some individual brands don't negotiate. You know what I'm saying, though? And then it's like, no, it is what it is. Like Padron's pretty much on that whole, we're in Nicaragua, even though they use Mexican San Andreas wrapper, but that's another topic. Um, how did you get your cigar lit?
Yeah, I really like it, dude. I really like the way Davidoff has a certain flavor to it, and I like that flavor.
Yeah, it's called
And it
good.
has
It's called good. It's
well,
called. It's very clean. It has a very
hmm
clean. Davidoff is less extravagant, I think, but it's very crisp, clean flavor, which you would like that, being that you smoke Cubans. And Davidoff, in
yeah,
a sense, is an original Cuban brand
right.
originally. So
Hmm.
I'm not saying they've totally stayed in that gambit, but you understand what I'm saying, especially if you go to the Davidoff White Label. They're all about crisp,
Mhm.
clean, non-exaggerated flavors, meaning like the flavor's gonna have a point, but it's not gonna be bombarded. You know what I'm saying? Though it's not
Yeah,
it's not what they're trying to do. It's a very
yeah,
civilized, classy brand. For
hmm
some guys, that's bullshit. Especially with the Nicaraguan guy. In the past 10 years, guys been going crazy Nicaraguan. That's why they weren't smoking white label Davidoff. So you had cheap Nicaraguan cigars crushing. So there you go. And even on the other side, you have guys smoking Padron 64, 26. Liga number 9, 10, 15 years ago was a fucking monster. And so
yeah.
Davidoff had to cash in and do black label. And
Sago,
you
Sa-
you just spoke the
Sago
regular
asked if
Davidoff.
is the Davidoff 10. This is indeed the Davidoff 10. Thank you very much. Oh, provided by Saco. I didn't even think I said that. He gave me
But
a
you
bunch
didn't
of
do the
cigars
regular
to
yet?
six. I haven't done the regular one. No.
Dude, you fuck with my mind, man. You do a lot of stuff totally backwards, which in a way,
Yeah.
it's a cool review for me in a sense that
hmm
of course, I take your review with the greatest salt because you have your whole fucking different style. But the point is, though, you know what? I think you might like that one better because I think in some ways it's a little stronger, but I think
Mm.
less magical. But you like that more to the point, where I prefer the regular Davidoff. So it depends on the regular David Nicaragua. To me, is the more well-rounded blend, but that's still a
Yeah.
great cigar. I'm saying, but I think you might like that better. I don't know.
It's darn good, man. I wanted to say I had an aunt or great aunt, I don't know, but she used to smoke cigarettes. She was Dutch and she used to smoke cigarettes all the time. But she was really Dutch. She had come from the Netherlands,
Yeah.
and so they were European cigarettes. And there was always this incredible like European tobacco smell in the house, and I remember that smell. And
Yeah.
Davidoff really reminds me of that. And it's awesome, man. And that's what it is. And Sako, thank you. You said I had to wear a shirt and tie so that I could uh, light cigars this way. So I took your
Dude, you're a
suggestion.
classy son of a bitch, man. Classy, man. In fact, that,
Hmm.
that probably should be your signature, man. Classy.
This cigar is excellent, man. Right off the bat, it's fruity. It's got dark wood. It's a little Cubanesque in terms of the range of flavor, in terms of how high the notes go versus how low the notes go. And it's not very aggressive. It does have a little bit more of that bite, that tingle that I remember getting in the Anniversario. Um,
It's
but
strong for
nice.
Davidoff.
It's got a lot of fresh flavor to it.
No, it's a class cigar. All right, now, though, I do
Mm.
have to bring up a word from our sponsor. Guys, are you out there slamming cheeks without jimmies? Well, make life easy and get your HIV care. Get tested, get prepared, and get free jimmies. I can't stress it enough. It's a dangerous world out there. The cheeks might be fun, but they could cost you everything. All right, PT, we're back.
Ah, um,
Bro, a sponsor's a sponsor. I
yeah.
get so,
No, yeah.
bro. I'm not a how do you say what's the word? I'm not homophobic. If these guys want to pay me to do a commercial,
Yeah.
they do a commercial.
Not a s not a snob, dude, and you do need, with YouTube cracking down on cigar content.
Yeah, I'm trying to fucking blend in.
Really dark and strong right off the bat. Are you saying that Nicaragua is, like, real?
See, you're fucking with me a little bit. Are you fucking with me?
No.
Because like hold on. You know what, bro? Okay, now you asked me a
Okay.
serious thing. I'm gonna go back to the Corolla. I'll get to my
Okay.
funny shit later. Bro, fuck man. Um Bro, no, the regular Nicaragua. See, now this is my experience. The regular Nicaragua is more well-rounded, more sweet. It
Uh-huh.
tastes like a Reese's Buttercup, like peanut butter,
Okay.
chocolate, and black pepper with some nice rock
Mhm.
salt. It's beautiful, delicious, well-rounded, with the cedar,
Mm.
which is beautiful. And a complete package. That cigar had more bite, more bark to it, and more darkness,
Yeah.
and more
Yeah.
strength and more spice. But it wasn't to me. If I had head to head, I would go with the regular, which in a sense, the regular should always be better because that cigar has been out for 10 years, where that cigar hasn't been out for 10 years. So
Yeah.
if the special edition was better than the regular one, then fuck the regular one and you keep on the special edition. Does that make any
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, I don't get a Reese's peanut butter cup quality off this. I do get the
No, I'm talking
darkness,
about the regular one, not that
more
one.
bite. No, I know. I s on the almost on a more serious side, if that makes
And
sense.
here's the problem with
I've
anniversary cigars, bro. I
Mhm.
got a problem with them. Because when you make a great, which when David of Nicaragua came out, guys I know that didn't smoke David that were Padron smokers, they all respect like, that was a good cigar. They respected the David of
Yeah.
Nicaragua. It got a lot of Nicaraguan guys that and it was actually one of the cheaper Davidoffs. You know what I'm saying? No, it was actually back then. It was like 15, 16, $17, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Now you see them like 20 or 30, depending where you're at. But I've seen them in Pennsylvania around 19, 20, $21. It's not crazy, for
Mhm.
Davidoff. Um, so my point is though, when you have a cigar that's well respected, been out that long, it's a world class cigar. How do you go? You know what, guys? Let's make a cigar and dedicate it to it, like a sacrifice. Well, how could that cigar be? How could that be as good? It can never. Does that make any sense?
Well, I say the counter argument is like that angel share, where you say, "We've been doing this for a long time. We wanna keep the really good one, but let's use what we learn and create a little bit of extra
What are they
refine."
trying just to sell a cigar under the same name and hopefully, I get. I in a way, it's a celebration to themselves. You know what I would respect
Mhm.
more? If other brands made your anniversary cigar. They go, you know what? Damn it.
That'd be
David of
cool.
Nicaragua's been out 10 years. Let's make a cigar in honor of that cigar. Does that make any
Mhm.
sense? Because how
Yeah.
could that'd be like going to your wife, honey, we've been together 10 years. And normally we fuck. So tonight we're gonna fuck, but I'm gonna dedicate it to our 10. What's the difference? The same fucking shit over and over again. So
Mhm.
in a way, to dedicate a cigar to a cigar that you made, the fuck is that?
So
Do
you're
we ever
saying
stop
you
and think?
always you
What?
you personally always cuck on anniversaries. That's your thing.
Because most of the time, to me, it's a cheap fucking trick. And I'm not
Mhm.
saying in this case, but I, to me, okay, like Terminator 2, classic, one of the best action movies of all time, sci-fi action, kind of hits a number of different genres. Imagine going, we're gonna make the Terminator 2 10th anniversary edition. You can't recreate that fucking classic movie, especially because then once you start trying to copy what you were known for, now it just seems like a cheap trick. You understand? I think anniversary cigars. Well, whereas Padron anniversary, that's just the name anniversary, but it's not like it's the Padron 26 and then the Padron 26 year anniversary. They're not doing that shit.
Mhm.
So, but
Um,
yeah,
I agree with you. I'm not very excited about anniversary cigars in general. Um, what I'm getting from this cigar is very interesting to me. I'm getting sort of cedar. I'm getting like dark oak as well as cedar, like a dark wood as well as cedar. I'm getting a fruitiness, and I'm getting some sort of pepper, almost like a black pepper over the top. Um, what interests me about it is that it reminds me a little bit of a Cuban in terms of some of the flavors and some of the parts of how heavy it is in certain parts of the range, meaning um, there's sort of that, excuse me, that medium woodiness to it. It's sort of engaging at the top of the profile, uh, and that's pretty cool. But I think that it's a lot more edgy, like it has more peaks and valleys to it. Meaning, when you smoke a Cuban, it's a very smooth profile from top to bottom. So it'll be like this much of the light notes, this much of the medium notes, this much of the dark notes, and it's smooth. Whereas this is like it's sharp in the it's coming meeting me with the sharp point, and then it's kind of
Well, I
falling
think
off,
that
and there's
happens though.
nothing
I think
below it.
with the Puro situation, and
Mm,
especially since a lot of the tobacco comes from similar areas, where when you're dealing with cigars that are not puros, and even when you have, let's say, a Dominican or Nicaraguan puro, there's so many regions, massive areas from Esteli and Jalapa, just those two regions. You can say, "Oh, it's Nicaraguan puro," but it's an Esteli puro, is it a Jalapa?
yeah.
That's so nobody's really doing Esteli puro, because the point is though, so you have range. So when
Hmm.
I think you have less variety for me, in my opinion, with Cubans of the range, but you can have a lot more consistency of like zooming in
Mm.
and like because of this smaller area.
Yeah, maybe
A
that's it.
very what's the word I'm looking for? Keeping it in the family with as far as with the all Cuban tobacco from from
Because there's definitely peaks and valleys in this one, meaning it's like sharp on top. So there's like a lot of sharp, almost aggressive flavor at the top of the profile near like the pepper and the presence of it. And then it sort of drops off. There's nothing like below that, like where I might normally find like a savory note, which is like a little bit lower than a, like a pepper note. There's nothing there for me. But then you go a little bit darker, a little bit down, and then there's like a fruit note. The fruit note's kind of faint, but then you go a little bit down, and then you get that wood note, and there's like two wood notes, and they're strong. You see what I mean? Whereas a Cuban, it would be like there's something here, there's something here, there's something here, and it's all about the same level. Um,
yeah. I think in that
yeah,
situation, what you're saying is you like the balance of your Cuban. Do we even need to say puro because it really is,
yeah,
back in the day there was not Cuban puros being made in America because Americans can make anything they want with Cuban tobacco. But since the Cuban embargo, things have changed. Um, so that's that. Um, it'd be interesting when you try the regular Nicaragua. Um,
yeah.
the 10th is still a great cigar, but head to head, I'll take the regular on a regular basis. I'm telling you, like the regular David of Nicaragua is the one I would want to smoke over and over again. And I haven't had one in over a year, so it's time for me to come back to it. Next time I'm up at the mountain, because my local store here doesn't carry Davidoff. So the guys in that neighborhood just don't want it because you have to carry a certain amount a year, and
Hmm.
dedicate a certain number to your store. So the neighborhood doesn't want it. So it didn't make any sense for him to carry it. I talked to the owner, but
Hmm.
the big store on the mountain they got Old Davidoff. So
It's burning well. It's smoking a little dry for me. Is this Nicaraguan? Like I didn't even look it up. I didn't even want to have any. Is it also Dominican or is it
we're
all
gonna need a
Nicaraguan?
blend check. I don't recall the blend. If I had to guess, though, generally speaking, if I had to guess, lots of times blends when they say Nicaragua,
Yeah,
it's generally not always Nicaraguan puro, and on top of that, they generally use some type of Ecuadorian wrapper, like the Ecuadorian
yeah,
dark Habano. Um, that's generally the case. I don't recall that, and it might be the case
yeah,
because a lot of, especially as that, they were talking. But now you're talking about that's the 10th anniversary. Oh, that's even different. I'm thinking about the regular one, so I don't know.
yeah.
We're gonna need some information
But
from Uncle
it's
Larry.
it's smoking. It's smoking a little sharp, like a Dominican. It reminds me a lot of the Anniversario. It has a really similar profile to me. I don't know. I don't know how that's possible because I think it's like quite a different cigar, but it tastes like a darker version of that cigar.
Davidoff is still a real Dominican brand, and they're gonna have their way of doing things, and aging and curing the tobacco. And even the way they grow their tobacco. Did you ever watch the documentary, like how they grow their tobacco? They're very specific.
No, I got to do that. Mhm.
Bro, I'm pretty sure with their seedlings, the way they grow, they're fucking doing like what's the word I'm looking for? Like genetic splicing, where basically
Uh-huh.
like all their seedlings they grow. Like I think they only want to be one species. I think it was all female because they didn't want people in the distance to be able to get their tobacco from seeds flying and
Mm.
fucking like David. Some people like Davidoff's doing shit that's not necessary, but there's a method to
Yeah.
their madness. How expensive, their shit is. I would highly recommend watching some of those videos just for not useless information, but of course you're gonna have their own propaganda within it. Everyone we're the best, but um, there's a lot of detail that Davidoff does that then again, though, because of all that big machine, the way they do things, does that also prevent them from maybe innovation? In some ways, yeah. Because look, they were behind when it came to the whole Nicaraguan craze. Um, but then they bought
Well,
Camacho to go after
mhm.
some stronger cigars, with Honduran tobacco. Um, I think Camacho was a good catch for Davidoff to just broaden the horizon. Um,
Mhm.
but we're seeing some changes in Camacho where for a long time. Now they're discontinuing a lot of their stuff. I think they're kind of dude, we haven't seen a lot of new stuff come out from Davidoff. The last thing really was remember we smoked the broadleaf and the Nicaragua.
Mhm.
I'm talking about the
Yeah.
Camacho, and those were good.
Mhm.
But those were a long time ago. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. I don't know. This cigar is starting to
Here you go, Ecuadorian wrapper, Nicaraguan.
interesting.
So yeah, I was right on that, bro. Because really, I'm
Hmm.
not saying Nicaraguans don't make a great wrapper, but they don't make a lot of great wrapper. Um,
Hmm.
it's almost like non-Nicaraguan wrappers go better with Nicaraguan cigars.
I don't know. Have you smoked a lot? The intensity of it.
Well, which one we talk about? An AJ? Who we talk about?
Nicaraguan Habano.
Yeah, but which fucking cigar?
Well, San Latano. Oh no, San Latano is not Nicaraguan Habano. Puro Especial is a good Nicaraguan Habano, but I also smoked the Yellow Cake, which is like a Caldwell
And
event
thank
only
you for the
cigar.
blend
But
check, Uncle Larry. I appreciate that.
oh yeah, thanks, Uncle Larry.
The general. He's a
Um,
true. He's a true gent.
yeah, yeah, Uncle
Um.
Larry's the cornerstone.
Yeah, Uncle Larry's. Yeah, man. So the thing is, I think I'm like 2 to 3 days out
Yeah.
of feeling better. You know what I'm saying though?
hmm
I hope so. That's pissing me off. In fact, I might not review because this one I had. I've already reviewed before, so I'm not
Yeah.
even talking about it. I can recommend all the Magnum bars. You're gonna have a great time. Good price.
hmm
But I have that Lennox, and I haven't reviewed a Lennox in
Oh yeah,
years.
don't do that.
Yeah,
hmm
so I don't. You know what? I might just have some filler episodes where I'm just bullshitting if I decide to have a smoke. But
Right. Yeah, you got to let your palate recover.
well, it's just this. You know what I'm saying though? Um, I felt worse yesterday, which is crazy, but it makes sense. Think about it. If my head and my eyes and my nose was really decongested yesterday, and now it's better, it's almost like the cold now is moving down. It starts in the head and it works its way down. So, like I said, so right now it's in my tongue. I can't taste nothing, like that. But food tastes fine, but smoking fine. Um, I can't say
Sounds like
about
a sinus
choking though.
infection.
What's that? Right, but what I'm saying is like, why is it work? Is it going to work my way down to my dick? Yeah, but you can still give out medical advice. Uncle Larry said he smoked the Magnum. Yeah, listen, Magnum Fuentes are solid. Um, that's all I'm gonna say about it. I've already reviewed them if you want to look them up, but they're a good time. They're solid. They're a good price point, as long as you're not getting ripped off. I mean, these were like $9, $10. for I would consider these like almost like upper mid tier Fuentes. You get a lot for your money on this cigar. You know what I'm saying though?
Yeah, I think I smoked a couple of those and it didn't hit me
I
specifically, but
would
it seemed like a
expect you to
solid stick.
say that, PG.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
would expect you to repudiate everything I say, so it's fine.
Okay, bro, this cigar is not blowing me away, man. If I'm being honest, starts good, and it has those nice notes in it. There's like the nuances of Davidoff, which are really nice, but I don't. It's not doing anything that's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Interesting. So it's not for you.
I think no. I think objectively, to me, it's not performing like gave me as well a Supreme Leaf. That's a really good cigar, and it's punching way above its weight. But it's doing all sorts of interesting stuff. I'm just finding this cigar less interesting. I think this is more my profile than the Supreme Leaf, but the Supreme Leaf was a more interesting, vibrant, dynamic cigar. You know?
Yeah, that's a third
Uh,
of the fucking price. The David
yeah,
10th anniversary, it's like $30 cigar. Is it a great cigar? Yeah. Is it use a great tobacco? Sure. Is it great construction? Sure. The other day you're smoking a high end David off. That's also kind of
yeah,
rare because they only made it once. However, though,
yeah,
is it their best blend? No, it's not. So if you zoom out, is it a great quality cigar? Yeah, you're smoking a great quality David off tonight. But zoomed in, no, I could say wholeheartedly that the regular Nicaragua is better,
yeah,
and it should be. That's the one that's being made for 10 years. This is like an experimental, like one-off that you're like, hey, let's do something dedicated to this. You know what I'm saying, though?
yeah. This is giving me this strange feeling. It's like I'm smoking an Anniversario, which is good, um, except that there's something lurking under the surface. There's
Well,
like the Loch Ness
hopefully it's not
monster
AIDS.
lurking under the surface.
And speaking about looking at the surface, um, there was a new commercial by KFC. Did you see this new commercial that KFC released?
What do you think?
Probably not. Now I don't watch
Oh,
TV, but I watch all different things. And
uh-huh.
in the commercial, it's like a movie almost, and the people are in like this temple, and then they're dragging this person almost like in a religious experience, like a baptism. So it's totally sacrilegious,
Okay.
but they're
Are they
carrying
finally
the.
using a wet batter at KFC?
I'm sorry.
Is this an advertisement for a wet batter? They're doing a new wet batter?
No, no. You're gonna let
Okay.
me finish now, okay?
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Then we can joke around afterwards. Okay? I got to get the foundation, okay? Okay. When you're pouring concrete, once you start with the concrete, you gotta wait. Once it settles, then we can talk about what kind of house we're gonna build. I'm pouring the fucking concrete, PG.
My fault, baby. Please
It's
continue.
not your fault, but I mean, what do you want me to do here?
Uh, I don't know,
So,
man. It's
anyways,
your show.
they're carrying this cocksucker to the river, and they're
Hmm.
carrying him like a plank of wood, and the priest or whatever is in the water. So it's almost like, oh, we're gonna baptize this guy, but the water is like the batter, like the oil where they cook the chicken. It's like frying oil. So the lake
Okay.
is like frying oil, and they dip the guy into the frying oil, but the holding the guy is a man, but it's almost like they're dipping the chicken in the frying oil. They put him under the water, and the bubble stops. So clearly they're sacrificing a human. And when they take him out of the oil, it's a human-sized fucking KFC fucking boneless chicken strip. And they're like, KFC. And everyone's like, okay, so is KFC using human meat now? What the fuck is that?
I don't believe that that's real, dude.
No, it's a real KFC. Here's the thing. Look, here's the guy carrying the man. Okay? Carrying the man. And then here we go. Here's the guy coming out of the water. Bro, Richie doesn't fucking lie. If I say something, I fucking got the evidence. Look at that
He
shit.
did come out pretty golden brown, but I don't buy it, man. That seems a little risky
Bro,
to.
dude, KFC did this. Why? Why would KFC do this?
I need to look that up. That seems like a really poor choice for a marketing department.
I think that they understand about how big the conspiracy. you know, are that in a way it creates more buzz. So even if they're not using humans as chicken meat, um, whatever. You know what I'm saying? No, because
My first thought was definitely not that they're using humans as chicken meat. That didn't cross my mind. I just think it's kind of distasteful.
well, is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, um, I got a picture of Geo. No, I was kidding. Geo's not blowing somebody here, but that was a joke. I gotta bust Geo's balls. I don't know what this guy's doing, but
He's not here.
what's that?
I'm smoking Davidoff in a jacket, and he's not even here for that. So
Yeah, what
I don't
happened
know
to
what he
Geo,
wants.
man? Geo's really kind of fallen off on the show. I kind of miss him.
It's too bad. So I wanted to propose this theory to you, basically,
Mhm.
which is that the most important part of a cigar is palate activation from all the way high to all the way low, and also all the different sensory components of it, sweet, salty, bitter, rich, whatever. Um, which isn't like all the taste, but I'm just saying
It's not just
all the
flavor, but
different
it's
sensations.
how it hits you. In a way, it's like a painting. It's not just what colors you're using and what type of paint you're using, but it's the whole fucking thing. And sometimes you could abuse and use too much of one thing, or or what's the message?
Right. So I think it's got to be balanced, and I think that then the blend has to have flavors which are going to appeal. Um, but I think that
But
might
you
be the
have to
most
also be
important
consistent.
component.
So if it is a balanced cigar, it should be balanced every time you smoke it. If it is kind of a
Yeah,
crazy strong cigar with a weird message, it should be like that every time you smoke it. So that's the only thing too. So if guys smoke a cigar more than
yeah,
once, every time you come back to it, I gotta say Camacho was actually very consistent. Every time I come back to a
true.
Camacho
That's
cigar,
true.
they're very. I'm not saying they're my favorite brand, but every time I come back to Camacho, they draw well, they burn well, and I really like that Camacho broadleaf. Camacho broadleaf was a good time. I got to smoke that again. Oh, you were talking about flavor, palate, the way it hits you.
For me, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm. Oh yeah. So I was gonna say, I think when it says, "Oh, actually, it's better now that the ash dropped." Um, I think that if you have a cigar that's not consistent, or
yeah.
it has bad construction, or the blend is such that it doesn't combust properly ever, you smoke five and none of them are burning. I think that takes away from, like, I don't think that can give it points. That just takes away points. You see what I mean? That's my opinion. Like, something that can give it points for me is the blend good? Is it transportational? Is it hitting everywhere on the palate?
Yeah, because good
I guess for
construction and good looks is meaningless if the flavor sucks. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Though you're not gonna go, oh, you know what? It was blended great. Look at the other night. Oh, the Corvaris, great construction. Sure, looks like a decent cigar. Good price, great. None of that matters if it tastes like shit.
Right. I guess I'm just saying that's more like a technicality,
Yeah.
is all the technical aspects gonna work for you? And if it
In a
does,
way,
then
I
you can
look
get
at
on.
like if a cigar is terrible flavor or it's just like it really tastes dirty. I mean like shit
Mhm.
dirty. That's almost like an employee that shows up, wears the
Yeah,
uniform well, but he's stealing from you. What's the point? If you're stealing the night from me when I'm having a bad
yeah,
time, I don't care how good construction you have. I don't care about your price point. Now, if it's expensive, I'm even more mad. You know what I'm saying though? So, um, but if you ruin my night with shit flavor, like I'll tell you this, I'll never buy a Corvaри product ever again.
yeah,
I smoked two of those last week, and it fucking and then I got sick. I can't say that brand gave me AIDS, but it might have. Now, for the record, I don't believe that. I don't want to get sued by Corvaри. Richie's had to come back, my lawyer. For the record, Corvari does not have AIDS. Hey, look at this guy. Look at this guy here. This guy's flexed on you. PG's looking ultra fresh here right now.
I can't. I can't respond to that. I can't respond to that, Richie, bro. I guess
Yeah,
I'm not ready to stand on my own too, dude. That's too far. I wasn't ready for that.
yeah. That was a real nice compliment. Jay's like, man, you guys are looking great tonight. You guys were you guys are
All right,
tag team.
Jay.
We're tag teaming bitches. You know what I'm saying? Come on, PG, give me a high five. We're gonna tag team some bitch. You know what I'm saying? No high five? No? Okay. I've
I
never
think
done that for
I
the
don't.
record. For the record, I've never tag team a girl. I mean, a woman, obviously, with consent. That's not for me. To me, tag teaming a woman at the same time is like if me and you were sharing like a foot long hero and we didn't cut it in half. We're like, that's just weird. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Though I don't want to eat a slice of pizza at the same time with another guy.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, Uncle
Yeah.
Larry.
Uncle
Yeah, Jay's coming in
coming in
full throttle.
full thrust. Yep. Yeah.
Hey, listen, respect. I mean, he came out there, he made a statement. Hey, you guys look like some sexy beast out there. Look at these guys out there. I bet they're getting all the chocha. They're getting all the fucking chocha. Fucking just speaking about chocha, look at this. This woman here is taking pictures for her wedding, and she's
Uh
showing
huh.
her chocha, but she's covering it with flowers. All I can say is, bro, you're gonna get divorced. If your wife is pulling her skirt up for her wedding photos and covering it with flowers, bro, there was another picture where, in front of all the groomsmen, she did the same thing, and she showed her fucking panties and her thong in the wedding pictures, bro. Bro, do you think that marriage is gonna last?
Well, just off that one picture, I think having the white dress and white flowers would actually symbolize. Uh,
There's no purity, bro. Look how her legs are wide open. Her legs are wide open. She's airing out that coochie, bro.
she's just taking it to the extreme, bro. She's like,
Bro, do you really think this is a match made in heaven, bro? This is not holy matrimony. Weddings used to mean something. They were sanctimonious. This is a sacred act to get married. You're saying we me and this woman till death do us part. This woman's legs are apart. They're not even together. The fucking marriage is over, bro. You better fucking run. This is my opinion. Whatever. Yeah, yeah, Richie should start a GoFundMe. Yeah,
I'm getting like graham cracker, black pepper,
yeah.
dark wood. I don't see how this is better than a Davidoff White Rye. I don't know.
I never said
Um,
that's a bad cigar, but by no means, I'm telling you, the Nicaragua, Rego Nicaragua is more easy to love,
yeah,
and it's the
yeah.
complete cigar. In a way, the 10th anniversary of, now here's the thing, Perdomo does anniversary, but they're not dedicated to anything but the brand. So Perdomo 30th is not dedicated to the Perdomo Zero. Does that make any sense? So,
I think I struggled to smoke Perdomo at all because I couldn't figure out
no,
what's
but
the
what I'm
cigar you're
trying to say,
supposed
yeah,
supposed to smoke first.
but none of them. I don't really like the Perdomo 10th, and I wasn't really crazy about the Perdomo 20th. I'll just be honest. They're good quality. They're made well, but their profiles are just really, I'll leave it at that because he's a nice guy, Nick Perdomo, and he puts out a good quality product, and they're very well made, and they're very consistent, and they're very affordable. Um, but the 30th was solid,
Hmm.
and you didn't like it.
I haven't smoked it. I want to smoke it. I have
You,
one.
the fuck are you waiting for?
I'm smoking a Davidoff Nicaragua 10. I can't smoke every cigar at the same time, bro.
So this man here, he called 911 because he got his wife pregnant, but his wife is a plastic doll.
Wow. Sounds like he's deranged, bro. That's the kind of guy who probably thinks Liga is better than Tabernas.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Listen, bro, love is love, right? I mean, he loves his plastic wife, and here she
Yeah.
is. Here she is. She
No, that's
the baby the baby was born successful. It was twins, and there's his wife Emily and their two children.
C-section.
Bro, he's a
C-section.
loving father. Why would anyone make fun of this man?
I'm not making fun of him. I'm just
Bro,
asking
bro, what
how
I'm
were the
saying
babies
is if
delivered?
they give service dogs to people that need companionship, this guy has a service wife. It's not real, but it is what it is. It's real to him. Dude, this guy needs company, man. You know what I'm saying though? Imagine they take hey, listen, don't take this away from this guy, because then this guy, bro, imagine how crazy he's gonna go. Like, leave this guy, you know what I'm saying though?
I think he probably needs help, man.
I think he has the help he needs. You leave crazy people alone. You know what I'm saying though? The worst thing you could do to crazy people is say, I don't think you should be doing. Listen, he's not hurting nobody. He's not being violent. He has a make believe family. What you know what I'm saying though?
Didn't we used to put people in asylums? Wasn't there a place for crazy people?
Yeah, we don't do that shit no more.
Maybe that was a good idea, man.
In
Okay,
fact,
Maggie says
in,
can't take his girl to the beach, she'll melt.
in fact,
Uh
bro,
huh.
you know why? You know why so many women were put in asylums back in the day? Because it was very difficult to get divorced if you want to get a new younger wife. But it was very easy to have her committed. So men with means would have their wives committed. Oh, I think she's acting crazy. Then once she got committed, we could get separated because she's crazy, and then you can marry your new 21-year-old wife. It happened a lot back
That's
then.
horrible, man.
Oh, I'm not
That's
saying it was
horrible, but
yeah.
I don't think that that necessarily. I mean, we don't have to asylums and do that.
But bro, the problem is, bro, once you create something, it's gonna get perverted. You can say, well, it was a good idea, asylums. True. But then what about someone who just uh, doesn't have any friends or not good at social etiquette? They deserve that. Oh, yeah, granted, there are people that went to asylums. I agree with you. That should be in asylums. But just like prison, there are people that have been falsely accused. Not all of them, but you get what I'm saying, though. So no matter what system we set up,
Yeah,
it's never going to be fair. You get it?
argument to have, but I think to your point, we need jails though. You wouldn't just get rid of jails.
Um, I agree with you on that concept. Yes. Um, I would modify it though. I would have real jail for certain crimes, but I wouldn't link them all together.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If the issue is someone just stealing, the sentence would be this: look, you're stealing. You need food or you need money. Instead of spending all that money to keep him in jail, make him part of society, and his parole or probation is literally, let's say, to work for the state. And he had, but now if he fucks up though and steals from there, he has to do the right thing, right? And then if he fucks it up, then you hit him with the books. So my point is though, instead of just let's say someone fucking committing some nonviolent crime, where they, I don't know, they're stealing Amazon packages. You make them work for fucking Amazon. You make them work for Amazon. But like under the guideline, if you fuck up, you're going back to prison. You get what I'm saying though?
I'll I won't go that far because I think there's a lot of edge cases or things that could happen that you'd have to consider that would not make for interesting conversation. But I will say I agree with you that non-violent crime should be separated jail-wise from violent crime. That doesn't make any sense. Um,
Yeah.
that's like a really basic one. Um, but yeah, and maybe we should have asylums in the most extreme cases, but not like edge cases like this guy. Like maybe he's fine, man. Maybe he works a job and he functions and he just doesn't have a lot of friends. Maybe he's all
Well,
good.
here's the thing. How could you say this is wrong? People go home every night. They play video games. Video games aren't real. You're not really Grand Theft Auto. You're not really Mortal Kombat. That's all make believe. But people go home and play video games every. It's escapism. So, and here's the thing, bro. There are people that go home to a real wife and real kids that are not real either, because that wife maybe really doesn't love you, and those kids really don't love you. And fucking, so how many guys go home and just drink and go in their fucking garage? It happens, bro, because they have no connection to the family that they have, because they feel like they're just being used for a paycheck. Bro, I'm telling you, there's a lot of men out there that they're just providers, but they're not being appreciated. So that's all I'm saying, though. You get it?
I, I think the cigar is the mood, and I don't even know what to say, man.
Yeah, I can't taste anything, and you don't like what you're tasting.
Yeah, this is crazy, dude.
I need to change this picture. This guy's depressing me.
Yeah.
What do we got
Don't
here?
you have anything nice like
well, close enough. This woman is getting a chiropractic pubic adjustment. I didn't know they had chiropractic pubic doctors, but he was readjusting the chocha.
That's called a nut shot, bro. Chiropractic pubic.
He said, "Oh, fucking Jay's going crazy here." Jay says more like he blew one all over the plastic doll, and then he said, "At least she won't bitch." He said, "At least she won't bitch when you blow your load in her eyes." Jay's on fire tonight. Jay is, you know what? Freedom of speech, baby. Damn.
I think this one might be a very special one-time performance, bro. I don't know.
Jay's on Jay's on fire tonight. Sunday night is for Jay. He's fucking Jason. Uh, yeah, bro. I don't know about this kind of chiropractic. I've never seen this kind of chiropractic work. I've been to the chiropractor over 100 times. Um, this has never
You
happened
never
to me.
got punched in the dick, dude?
They never adjusted my chocha.
You never got hit there?
No, I mean,
That could hurt.
do you think this was real or this was a scam?
I think it's all a scam. I think everything's a scam, dude. It's all fake. It's all false, dude. False. That's false. I don't know what is that, potato?
No,
I
that's a
can't even see what that
BBW.
is.
That's a potato.
Bro, the arm is the same color as a potato.
That's a 500-pound woman, maybe six. That's a 600-pound woman.
Fake. False, dude. Scam.
Yeah. Now Jay's going real crazy tonight. I don't know if I can't even read the next one. Just read it to yourself.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Jay, I don't know what you're. Jay, you're getting really edgy.
Jesus Christ.
But the thing is, though, why would they only put you in jail for one night? I don't understand. Like one night, like they're like, all right, that's a one night offense. Normally, offenses are never one night.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'm shutting down, dude. I'm
yeah,
not.
dude. There's this song in the '80s, Jay, and today that's your song. Push it to the limits. You're at the limit. I don't know what's next, fucking Jay.
All right, cigar right about there, is starting to pick up a little bit. Starting to get a little more flavor. Some darkness coming in, some creamy type of caramel type of sweetness. Got kind of a dark wood, almost like moving toward mesquite, but not. It's just a regular dark wood. I'm finding it harsh though. I don't know.
What do you mean by harsh? Like it's a strongness that just doesn't work well with the blend.
It's
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the cigar, but it's not something that they don't sell it anymore. It's a one-time use. But all I'm saying is, it was a very enjoyable cigar for me. I like David O products, but for me, once again though, because you have to compare it to the original, and that's the problem with that. That the original is just a better cigar. If it was a one and done and it wasn't called the 10th anniversary, if it was just called, I don't know what they would call it. Well, the David of Nicaragua Part Two. You know, how do you make a second version? You know what I'm saying though? Um, but it's not called the 10th anniversary, and it's a permanent cigar. Okay, but that's a permanent cigar, and it's dedicated to the 20th release of the Opus. Okay, that's a rare. That's so, and they did a 30th, right? Did they do a 30th?
not like they're bad in terms. It just doesn't make sense. Like back in the day, guys would smoke the same cigar, like in England, I think. What's up, Jeremy? I smoke of this, dude, but it's not hitting me right. Um,
Sometimes I feel like limited edition cigars are rushed, meaning like we're just making a cigar to make a cigar. Where I get what
mhm.
you're saying, like, dude, back in the days, a guy would smoke the same cigar till he died. Like he's a Macanudo smoker, and that's it.
No, 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 dude, guys in like England, they would smoke, they would stop in Corona, whatever. I'm just pulling something out. They'd smoke only that. They go to the tobacconist. Tobacconist would be ready with like 3 boxes of it for them. They get it, they take it home, or they have their valet. I don't know, whatever. But they did get that cigar, or they get that cigar for their dad, right? And then they'd start picking up on smoking it, and then they'd smoke it after their dad smoked. You know, their dad dies, they're still smoking it, and then there's for like 3 generations. Like, I don't know, limited edition. You think they're excited about a limited edition cigar? Like, it doesn't make sense.
I
I'm just
think
not
I
sure what the
think
use
the
case is.
I think the well, it happens even in the Cuban market though. They make limited editions, they make regionals and limited.
Hmm.
So I think that as that society for all cigars, we've gotten so impatient that it's always about what's new. So they have to make so much new shit instead of just saying, let's make less new blends and just make great blends forever and available. So the problem is society changed. Look what happened with Netflix. Dude, when I was growing up, a good movie could be in the movie theater for 3, 4, 5 months. Sometimes they bring it back. And then it would be
Yeah.
for rent for, you get what I'm saying though? Now you go straight to forget about DVD. That was that, and then it was straight to Netflix or Netflix only movies. And every week they got a new movie. They're shit movies, but it's more about quantity than quality. I think it's the same thing with
Now
dating.
they got a
Bro,
billion
Toaster
movies,
used
and
to
I
mean
watch any of
something.
them.
You used to you can go to work. Yo, I met a nice girl, man. I'm gonna take her out tomorrow night. Wow. Hope it works out. Now people fucking just swipe right, so they can fucking pull the panties down. They're in, they're out. Swipe right, pants down. 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 There's no more quality. Swipe right, pants down. Swipe right, pants down. Swipe right, pants down. That's it. This is our society now. Nothing matters anymore. There's no more heritage or you know what I'm saying though? Like it's you understand what I'm
I, I
saying?
I just can't relate to any of it. I wear all my clothes until they disintegrate. And I don't find much use for limited edition stuff. Uh, Jeremy
Well,
says
you
that
you
he
got
thought the 10.
class. You got class, bro.
Thank you, man. I don't even think I wouldn't necessarily call it class. I just think,
No, you have standards. You know your intrinsic value, and I'm just saying society is so cheap um, that the hookup culture of dating, where it's literally you could date, you know, 5 people in the same week, new people. If people want five, if they could, they'd want 5 new cigars and never come back to just what's new. And so all these companies like Rocky Patel, they know that. So Rocky Patel's like, yeah, we got another new cigar this week. Here you go. It's new, the new one. And you're like, yeah, new
yeah.
cigar. And
As a result, dude, I smoked 3 Rockies, and I'll probably never smoke another Rocky, dude. You know what I mean? Um, I just, if it's not good, it's not good. Jeremy says that he thought the 10 was better than the regular Davidoff Nicaragua. It's just hitting me as like a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of caramel, dark wood,
I
black.
believe the word you're looking for is false.
What do you mean? You're saying Jeremy's wrong? I'm curious about his opinion though, because he's often right. I think he tends to be onto something,
I'm going to say
and
false to
I
you
just don't
too,
know what I'm missing here.
cocksucker.
I don't know what I'm missing here. That's all I'm saying.
Look, I mean, listen, I'm not saying it's a bad cigar. I enjoyed the cigar, but I would go with the regular.
Getting some dark creaminess, which is nice. I gotta say, after smoking that Supreme Leaf, so Sako gave me a bunch of cigars, which was extremely kind. We had a conversation about what cigar, because he was saying he wants to get more into. Well, I don't know. I don't want to air his business, but I was saying we were talking about how Cuban cigars had. Uh, I could say they surprised me, when I got to try them, and I think they surprised him too,
Right.
and that they're kind of on a different level. So I said, well, what do you? what Cubans would you still smoke if you had unlimited Cubans? What non-Cubans would you still smoke? So he gave me a bundle of cigars, um, some of which I assume are those cigars that I know are some of those cigars that he would continue to smoke. I'm not sure if this is one of them. I don't think he's in the chat anymore, but um, I think when I smoked the Supreme Leaf, oh yeah, I want to say I put them in order to like least exciting to most exciting. So we're gonna get
Is this
more exciting
by your preference?
by my preference.
But how could you have a preference before you smoke it?
Well, I have kind of an idea of what the quality level should be, or what the rough, you know, quality of the brand or the approximate price is. Richie, hello,
I'm back.
welcome back. Oh, anyway, I was saying I have a rough estimation of like how much hype there's been around them, or whatever, or I've smoked something from the brand. So it wasn't like it wasn't perfect, right? It's not a
Well, there is the pre-cigar experience. That's a real thing. It's like there's it's like if you take a woman out on a date, there's getting to know her before you actually smoke the cigar. And that is real. And then sometimes smoking the cigar is better than you think. Sometimes it's an upset, it's a surprise, and sometimes it's
yeah.
a piece of shit
I think this Supreme Leaf was a big upset for me because I
in
thought
a
it was
good
just
way.
going to be, yeah, in a good way. I thought it was going to be good, but it ended up being really kind of bordering on a great cigar. And I think if you
Supreme
age
Leaf
those,
was
they'd be
strong
tremendous.
and aggressive, but it was good.
But it's, dude, it's so complex. I got like 20 different notes that I wrote down as it changed. It kept changing. The profile kept changing, and they were all together. Like all the notes were related to each other, like ginger or like hot red pepper or whatever. But they were all
Aganorsa is a
related
brand
but
that
different.
I've had a lot of experience with, and I look forward to the future with them. Because I think they just grown as a brand and they're making better cigar. Kind of like what happened to Placencia, long ago. And but it seems like Aganorsa is growing very rapidly in their blends. And maybe we'll see some real high end Aganorsas. I don't know. Maybe an Opus
Yeah,
level cigar. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I mean, to be honest, I don't even feel to go that much higher than the Supreme Leaf. I think if you bought a bunch of Supreme Leaf and you just
He wants to know which the one that you rare. Yes, the rare fusion Aganorsa, the purple band. Make sure it's purple band. What? Okay, and I might be getting that wrong. It was the purple band. I know that, but it was called. There's two different ones. Make sure you get the right one. I'd have to look at in the private chat. Put a picture of it. I'll see it later because I think was there two different rares? Like there was rare leaf and then I think there's rare fusion. The purple one was a dude. That was my favorite Aganorsa, man. That was a good fucking time.
getting some fruit from it, but it's also this cigar. It's also a little stinky. Um, so anyway, I put it in order from least exciting to most exciting for me. What I thought would be most exciting. I was hoping that Gio would come in on some of these episodes, and I think all subsequent episodes is going to get into a
Gio's
level.
not fucking reliable.
No, I know, but he's not gonna want to miss the next few episodes. Anyway, my point is just I thought this was sort of my transition into like the really nice stuff, and I thought it was just going to keep getting better, and it was blowing my mind because that Angel Share blew my mind, and then the Supreme Leaf blew my mind, and this one is just
Just to
it's
clarify, you talk about transitioning into some great cigars,
hmm hmm
not the other kind of transition.
rare cigars to more exciting, more rare cigars.
No, I mean you're not transitioning.
Well, I'm not transi well, I'm transitioning in a few ways, I suppose. Um,
I was just making a cock joke. Forget it.
okay. Um,
You fucking ruined it, man. Damn. But that was a flex. Man, fucking you got your shields up, PG. PG's like, I'm too good for this shit. You know what I'm saying though? bro. It is what it is. Bro, PG, I'm proud of you, man. Fucking PG fucking
Cheers.
PG had his fucking moment last week. Fucking Uncle Larry said he rewatched that shit. He was dying laughing, man. I watched some of it again today. It was fucking killing me, man.
I
I was
went full
destroyed
Richie,
that night.
dude.
I was destroyed.
Richie versus Richie, man.
Well, it was the perfect storm. Richie was like right on the eve of getting sick, fucking
Yeah,
smoking a shit cigar, and then you're
yeah.
fucking sitting there blowing my mind with Cohiba experience, and so
Just going
fucking it was just
crazy,
like
dude.
fucking.
This actually reminds me a little bit of a Cohiba in terms of that sharpness. It's not as pronounced and it doesn't feel like cheap tobacco, but I just don't like. I'll say this: the Davidoff
I
Anniversario.
think I think I think
Excuse
everything
me.
except non-Cuban. I think they're using just stronger tobacco. I think it just produces stronger tobacco. So what if
Well,
you don't
no,
like that?
no, no. I don't think like the Bull didn't have any unpleasant sharpness to me. It had a lot of presence, but no unpleasant sharpness. I thought that was an excellent cigar.
Well, that's using. Is it all Dominican filler?
Yeah,
And
Ecuadorian
when yes,
Corojo, and
but remember that's a very when you're using a lot of age. Or see, if it's young Dominican, it wouldn't be like that, bro. That same thing with like Opus X and higher end cigar. That cigar is really it's an amazing cigar. But how much age that the blend. You know, I'm talking about the filler on that blend is really
yeah,
smooth, bro.
yeah. But it has a lot of presence to it. High notes, there's medium notes, there's medium low, there's low notes. It's everything across the board, and it's bringing you a really full, delicious, interesting profile that doesn't let up. That's a great cigar.
Yeah.
Um, oh yeah, I was saying the Anniversario was a really interesting cigar to me because it had some of that sharpness,
Uh
but
huh.
because of the way it was blended, I thought it was a tremendous cigar, um, and just activated the palate in a certain way. But I think that doing that same type of sharpness and palate activation on this cigar while also being dark and heavy for me is not working. Whereas actually on the Tabernacle, it does work because it's more rounded off at the top, but still activating. And then it's not quite so dark and dirty. It actually feels a little bit more rich to me. So I'd smoke the Tabernacle over this. I'd also smoke the Liga 9 over this personally. Um, yeah.
No, League of Nine is better than that cigar, especially on a regular basis. But is that a great cigar to have? Sure. But there's a
Yeah.
key thing is reusability and easy to love. The League of Number Nine, I think, is more easy to love than a cigar, and then the regular Davidoff Nicaragua, which would be exciting if you actually ever try that. Try it like in this. What size? Yeah, the Robusto box press I like.
It's just a regular boost though.
Interesting. For some reason, that cigar I preferred it in box press, if I recall. I don't know. It is what it is.
Flavors, some sort of unpleasant darkness to it. I'm,
It sounds
I
like
don't know what to say.
the blend is really not hitting you on all cylinders. You know what I'm saying though? Like
Hmm.
the message, uh, and that cigar's got time on it because it's got what over a year.
I guess it's got 2 years. If this came out 2013, it's got at least a
You
year
you
and
mean you mean
change.
2020? Oh yeah. 2023, 2020.
2023.
Yeah, yeah. Jay, these girls are doing some type of stretching yoga, which I've never seen that kind, but you know, I would like to do this
You
with.
never don't lie, Richie. You send pictures of that of just looks just like that of you in basically that outfit doing basically those exercises all the
You
time,
talk
dude.
about the one with Geo?
Yeah, yeah, it's you and Geo.
Ah, you're right. Yeah. All right. So I wasn't trying to give it away, you know. Yeah. Yeah, you got to give it to her, bro. Like a lot of things could go wrong in that picture. Like first of all, her leg, her bottom leg could break, and then the girl on the bottom could land on her neck and die. Um,
Yeah,
like her top leg could, dude. So many, dude. Like the amount of things that could go wrong. Her arms could snap, like, and then,
I think this is like new. I just think
but
they're
this
like
is like combining
putting
acrobatics
it
with
on the
some
internet.
really kinky sexual stuff, though. Like, this is,
Yeah.
like she's literally huffing her chocha with her foot.
Hmm.
So it is what it is.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, bro. What's next for Davidoff though?
I don't know. I haven't even smoked through their Gio hasn't even smoked through their white label stuff. I gotta smoke through some of the white label.
Because Davidoff does a lot of these, limited cigars or special releases. So I'm
Hmm.
just talking about their core line. Um, Years ago when I was going to cigar lounges, I remember when because I really wasn't a Davidoff smoker. I would smoke just a little one,
Hmm.
little white label, occasionally. But when the black line came out, and because they were cheap for Davidoff, they were around $15 to $20 depending on the one. That was back then in New York. Um, so they used to have Gordos that were actually solid. Um,
Mm.
and here's the thing: don't quote me on it. I
Hmm.
can't remember if they were box pressed or if they were round. I think they were round, but they were solid. So they had Davidoff Nicaragua for $20 in 6x60, and actually they tweaked the blend with higher priming tobacco to
Hmm.
make it, so it didn't lose too much strength. Being the 6x60, and this was even in the Davidoff website. So, but they discontinued it, dude. Those Davidoffs would sell out because hey, 6x60 Davidoff, for Nicaragua, that one always sold out the
Yeah.
fastest. After that, you had the Yamasa, the Scurio. Take between the two. I don't know which one I would take between the two. I don't know.
I have an Escurio in the little perfecto size, and Firm said he liked those. Rest in peace, Big Firm. So that is interesting to me. I
Yeah, the way you
definitely
said that, it
would.
almost sounded like a religious thing. Rest in peace, Big Firm, peace be upon him. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you said, like, and Big Firm, peace be upon, like Big Firm's, rest in peace, Big Firm, homie, wherever you at, bro. Yo, let's have, in fact, you know what? Chewy, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Cap, rest in peace. Dream Life, though, came back. Dream Life came back from the dead.
He's what is it called? Resurrection. He's risen. Is that too far?
Well, he didn't actually die, so, but,
He's come back into the fold.
I don't know what word to describe it. Um, yeah, but a lot of good guys have, it is what it is, man. It's, have you ever seen Elf on a Shelf?
No.
You know Elf on a Shelf. Around the holiday season, the people will put Elf on a Shelf, and then the parents will move it around and make funny little scenes. Elf on the Shelf. Anyways, so the kids think
Okay.
the elf is real. Well, you have Elf on the
Hmm.
Shelf, and now you have
This is a woman on a doorknob.
Horror on the Door. It ruined the joke. All I gotta say is, oh, that's a strong door.
Is it? Can't the
Yeah,
door support a person?
it's not supposed to like that. When the door's open like that, man, you can break the hinges. I mean,
Okay.
she's not really a big girl, but she's gonna be at least 130, 40 pounds. I mean, she got
Is
some
she
meat on
actually
those
a
legs.
prostitute?
That's actually what's that?
Is that a prostitute?
Is that a prostitute? Aren't they all? tell me, tell me a woman
Not at
that would
all.
date. Tell me a woman that would date a man who has no money and he's broke and he can't take her anywhere. Ah, false. False. I'm gonna disagree with
You
you,
don't
my
think
friend.
so?
Yeah,
What
for
about that
date,
stereotype
for
of like
dating.
the
Now, if the guy's a certain character and he's got
Mhm.
a big dick, she might let him hit. You know what I'm saying, though? But those are gonna be like the single moms.
Isn't there like a isn't there a stereotype about women who are like, "Oh yeah, like I keep getting with these like the wrong guys and like they're always
Yeah,
you
those
know what I
guys
mean? They're
those
always
guys have
run
what's
you know
called
they got
big dick energy. So the girls will say they want a good guy, but the bad guys with
uh-huh.
big dicks will come around, pound them, slam the cheeks, not give them any commitment. And then the good guys, you know what I'm saying, though, that are nice, they say they want a nice guy, but then they're bored of the nice guys. So they're not. capable of being happy or content. They paint their face every day. It's called makeup, but clowns and women start off their day the same way. They don't like the way they look.
Waking up and then one leg into the pants at a time. Yeah,
A clown will paint his face, put on a wig, and juggle balls, and a modern woman will paint her face. And juggle balls. This is getting spicy here. Fucking shit.
this is horrible,
This
man.
is
This
hard.
is the worst. Your vision of women that you're depicting is like really. I don't even know what to say about it.
True. It's the opposite.
That is.
The Nobel Realistic Prize, and then
I don't think
uh,
you're being realistic at all, man. Continue.
well, listen, I appreciate your opinion, man, because of the First Amendment, but I heartily disagree with you. Um,
Okay.
but hey, it's okay, man. It's all right, man. Yeah, yeah, it's all right. I'd say maybe like 5% what I said was humor, so I was just kidding. 5%.
5%. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh man. Dude, I don't even know what to do. I'm smoking a Davidoff that I don't like. Hearing the most vile, you know what I mean, worldview on women, dude. I don't even.
Um, it got-
Wow.
I think the cigar is pairing with the mood, my friend. You know?
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
stinky barnyard, dude. That's definitely pairing.
yeah,
I like barnyard. But this is stinky.
yeah. Yeah. Listen, bro. I like a lot of the Davidoff core lines. I like some of the white label stuff in smaller sizes. Their white label stuff. I'm talking about real small cigars. It was like four by like. There was
Yeah.
like little ones like 4 by 48 or four by
Yeah.
46. Those were
Yeah.
bangers.
Two by 26, dude. Got to get into that 1 by 10.
Now we're getting stupid. That was funny though. Um,
You know, they did used to have stuff that was like 3 by 36 though. They actually had like tiny Davidoff specifically. I think they had one called the Ambassadrice, which was very small, but that might have been thin and
but
longer.
that might be
But
like
they
the
had some
perfect
really small ones.
cigar at the dinner table where you used to smoke after a nice meal. So you have a 20-minute
Yeah,
smoke right there.
yeah. I can't say. I think you're. I think you're either going, you're going to the drawing room or whatever, or women are going to the drawing room, men sit around and smoke, and then you can smoke whatever size cigar, uh, or probably don't smoke at dinner. But
Yeah, but
Uncle
maybe you don't want to
Uncle
get
Larry
up.
says,
Like
stick in there. It gets better, dude. Thank you, Uncle Larry.
OG advice. OG. Uncle Larry. Flex.
I don't think this cigar is going to get better though. I think it's just going to get increasingly stinky.
Yeah, I think the bottom line is the biggest problem with that cigar is I don't think
Yeah,
it's not for you. It's not for you.
I don't think it's like the experience I'm getting objectively is not a good blend. It's too dark. It's not cohesive. It's not doing something interesting. Look, the Liga 9 is a darker cigar, you could say, but it's a really good cigar, right? Like objectively, I understand that it's an excellent cigar. Same thing with the Tabernacle. I also happen to like the Tabernacle, and I like the Liga 9, but not as much as objectively they're really good cigars. For whatever reason, this one to me is Davidoff toss brick. I think you said, "What's the future of Davidoff?" If I were Davidoff, I would stick to what Davidoff does best. You know, make make nice
Do
white
you
label
think some of the
cigars.
new Davidoff blends they're hiding behind the name, and it's more about their quality control and with the things they do? But as far as the actual blend, sometimes
This
you're like,
does this doesn't stand up to the Anniversario at all. It's a totally like it's similar tobacco. I get that. It tastes like a similar treatment, but in terms of the overall blend and the overall experience, I I think this is like a disservice to the brand if they're going to be so picky about it, right? They burned all the cigars they don't like. Like I would have not
but that was under
included
the
this in
original
the
owner. The original
line.
owner going back, 40 years ago. It's no more than that.
Yeah.
Fuck. No, no. In the '80s, he did that, right? He did the '80s because Davidoff was still a Cuban brand until the '80s. I think until like early '90s. Yeah, it was late '80s. I think it was yeah. And then I'm not sure what year he started in Dominican Republic. Was it '91, '92? So in a way, Davidoff is a completely one case of a real Cuban brand that is still its real brand, even though it's not Cuban no more. That it literally because it's not like they're still making Davidoffs in Cuba, whereas Cohiba, Partagas, Monte Cristo. So that's really unique to Davidoff brand that they had that much power to say we're not doing this anymore in Cuba,
Yeah.
and we're going to do it in Dominican Republic, and you can't stop us.
Yeah.
And you got to figure, wasn't Davidoff owned by the Swiss?
Was this.
Interesting.
Yeah. Came from Switzerland. His family, I think, owned it.
But what I'm saying is, I think they have. I think Davidoff has some power that we're not talking about behind the scenes. Because why would Cuba let? Why would Fidel Castro let Davidoff leave? Meaning, like, okay, well, how could let's say you can't say because they were making them for them, and then he was tired of their quality going down. So the thing is, what if they said no? We're going to keep making them, and then you know what I'm saying? No, like because Monte Cristo and Partagas, the Fuente family left, and they still make them. That's what I'm saying, though. Yeah.
It's not a good one for me. This is going to be like uh,
6'5" in your book.
a 5, maybe.
Oof! Wow! Wow!
It's like okay. It could be like a 4.5, which is starting to edge toward bad.
Yeah.
That one didn't. I really appreciate Sacco letting me try a bunch of cigars that otherwise I never would have tried, and I get to see what all the high end hype is about, all the limited edition hype is about. This one, the hype is not warranted. The Supreme Leaf would totally, it was more than warranted, blew me away. And Angel Share also blew me away. I thought the Cohiba Riviera tasted like paint, so maybe that was the box he got.
No,
That
don't talk
cigar,
about that. Don't talk
that
about that.
cigar, look, for whatever reason, that was a bad experience. But this one, I'm not, I think I'm getting, I think it's smoking a little dry, but I think I'm basically getting a real experience off of it. I don't think it's really any good. And I think especially, I'm not factoring the price to that score, but if you factor in the price, it's not something that I would have released unless these are
I
smoking
I would for
significantly differently.
50% less money. I think even
Yeah.
more. I think it was like 35. So basically, 50 to 60% less money. I'll smoke the David of Nicaragua and have the better cigar.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to try that one at some point. I do have that.
Yeah, but now you're scaring me because you're
Yeah.
gonna try that and you're gonna shit on Richie too. So I don't know.
I'm not gonna like that one. Well, I've got I'm only gonna smoke a few more cigars in the PG finale. I'm gonna smoke through the Sacco stuff. I might smoke a Hemingway, and then I might smoke a Davidoff Millennium, which I've been waiting to smoke. And after that, I'm uh I'm done, dude. That's it. That's
Well,
it for me
you're
for
taking
a
a break from
while.
cigars?
Yeah, yeah. Gonna be
Interesting.
smoking with my neighbor if I happen to get to eat pizza with Sacco and smoke a cigar,
Wow,
like that's
wow.
great,
So
you
it's
know.
the
But
end of PG. You've gone
yeah,
full
yeah, this
boom.
is this is this is the PG finale. So I've
Wow,
got like 5, 6, maybe somewhere between 5 and 7 cigars left. So, but
wow.
I don't know
Well,
if I don't, and I'm sure I'll smoke more cigars periodically, but and there's, um, I've been really curious. I've set out trying to see if there was some non-Cuban cigars that I felt were worth
yeah.
smoking. I do think there are a few. I will present that list to the
Wow.
lounge. Nobody's gonna care, but I will present, my findings. Um, so I found a couple that were really good, but, you know, I don't know, man.
Well, listen, listen. Whatever
It
the
is what it
journey
is.
brings you, nothing's forever. But if that's what you got to do,
Yeah,
take a time out. You do
yeah,
whatever you got to do, man. But
yeah. So
and not
anyway,
to,
but all yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
well, not to cut you off, but uh, my daughter just texted me. I got to give her a call back. So
All right,
I don't
let's
want
call it
to end it
then.
on that. But yeah, but bro, thanks for coming down. Fucking having a great time
Yeah,
tonight. I mean, look, it was a lot of fun. I'm sorry that the cigar wasn't for you, and that's
that was a rough lounge, bro. That was firing on all cylinders, dude.
yeah.
That was crazy.
There was a lot of piss and vinegar,
Yeah, it turns out, dude, never wear a tie to the lounge, bro. It just doesn't work at all. That's a
bro.
I'm going back to
If
hoodies and shirts,
yeah,
t-shirts.
yeah, PT's like, I can't disagree with you more, Richie. He's like, what a terrible opinion of women.
Hey,
bro,
you got me, dude. Hey,
bro, it's
here's
a
the thing.
comedy show, bro. Richie's a
At
romantic, bro.
this
You know,
yeah,
if a woman's acting
yeah,
classy, I'm gonna treat her like class. You know what I'm saying, though? But here's the thing: that doesn't make good for a good lounge. Like, I just take screenshots, I make fun of the shit like on society, but like, yeah, it's not what I want. I like traditional relationships. You know what I'm saying, though? But
yeah.
we're not.
I
I don't
think,
know, man. That wouldn't
yeah,
make good conversation. You know what, guys? Look, everyone's getting along. Wow, that's nice. You know, no one cares. You know what
that's good, man. Very pleasant.
I'm saying?
I like stuff that's pleasant, man. Like Cubans, dude. It's not too edgy. Bro, you bring in the Davidoff Nicaragua 10 to the lounge, dude. That's the Davidoff Nicaragua 10 of conversation. Um, edgy, dark, sticky, bro.
Fucking
um,
yeah, bro. It's all good though, man. It was a lot of fun. And so
yeah,
when I get my palate back, we'll smoke some of those cigars, and hopefully, maybe in a few days.
it's gonna be a pretty fun crescendo, dude. There's gonna be some interesting cigars in that pack. There was one other thing I wanted to tell you.
Yeah,
It's slipping my mind now. Oh yeah, it's like anybody seen Richie, dude. And then the point of the lounge is almost like, who's Richie? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Last time I was Richie, but you had to remind everybody you're Richie. You know what I mean? So
Only
who
when
who
I have
really
to be.
is
Only
Richie?
when people forget. When people disrespect Richie, then like,
Yeah,
listen, bro. Like, because I'm not a bully at all, but like, if somebody fucks with
sure.
Richie, then it's like, I gotta remind you. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
But it is what it
Then
is,
then
man.
you gotta show me fisting aerobics and tell me every woman is a whore. Okay.
well, well, if I was brand new to this earth, they would be for
Yeah.
what they're showing me on TikTok. That's because that's all I'm saying though. I'm just commenting
Bro,
on what they're showing.
delete TikTok, bro. Delete just do you have an iPhone? Just long press on the icon and then just it'll say delete app. Do that. You can feel a lot better.
Yeah, one day I'll get rid of it. That's a promise. One day.
Dude, Caleb Bet says don't be a Bobby loophole. Bobby loophole, dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is what it is, man. Well, on that note, man, everyone
All
have a
right.
great night. Everyone stay fresh. This is just a comedy cigar show. So, guys, don't take it personal. It's just a joke. I mean, last I checked, jokes are covered by the First Amendment. So, I'm just kidding. It's not nothing. I'm just kidding. It is what it is. It's a
All
joke.
right, man.
It's a joke. But I get it, though. It's a lot of the same
Hope you
jokes.
feel hope you feel better, Richie.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Probably a couple of days. We're not going to do tomorrow. I'm going to let my palate go. And when it comes back, we'll do a review.
Sounds good, man.
Hey,
Awesome.
man,
All right, man.
thanks
Have a
for
good
being
night.
the classiest thing in the lounge tonight.
I got pounded, bro.
You're gonna burn that outfit. You're like, man, I can't believe you're wearing that shit at McDonald's. Like you fucking like why did I fucking
I'm shaving my head, crushing my glasses, and burning everything I'm wearing, dude. It's over. I'm pulling my teeth out.
fucking
Yeah,
Jay went pretty real classy tonight too, and that was a fucking crazy
yeah.
dude.
All right, man.
That was
Until
an
next time.
exciting
Yeah,
Davidoff.
yeah. That was it. Yeah, that's true. When you smoke Davidoff, you're expecting smooth, creamy, delicious, refined. Maybe the conversation follows. But I think I think the best review of this cigar would be to look at that conversation and the sickness and degeneracy and nastiness of that conversation, and to say, if I were smoking a cigar, what would that taste like? That's
Yeah,
basically what the Davidoff 10 tastes like. So, heads
yeah.
up to anybody that is on the fence about that specific cigar or a purchase of that cigar.
Expensive and no class, you're saying.
Yeah,
It's
I guess so.
yeah.
All
Well,
right, man.
it is, man. It's still always a great time, man. Thanks for coming
It is
down,
what
and
it
I'll
is.
see everyone soon, man.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you.
Sorry
All
to
right.
cut you off
Have a
short,
good
but we're
night.
gonna give my daughter a call back. So,
All good, man.
all right, stay fresh, man. Have a
Cheers.
good one.
You too.
Peace out.
Peace.